We are the Launchpad Podcast, and we are here at Comic-Con 2025. We are with our friends Blaine at the NECA booth, which is booth 3545.
Sure.
Yeah,
it is.
It's the one that says NECA right up top. You guys know we come here every year because we have to see what's new. We have to hear all the inside scoop from our man Blaine. Take it, Blaine.
Awesome. So inside scoop. Well, here's some outside scoop first. We have some already revealed. On preview night, we put 2 new Beetlejuice items up for pre-order on the NECAstore.com and your favorite NECA online retailer. We have Bob the Shrinker, who I think was probably the most fun character in the Beetlejuice sequel. And the great thing about this, each is sold separately, but they're an army builder. So same buck, but you can interchange the hands, the heads, the neckties, and the pocket squares with the name tags. So you have Bob, Dave, and Jeff. I say you can swap them out and just have one, but you're probably going to want to buy 3.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? Or 4 or 6 or 8 and have them just running amok. And then we also put up for pre-sale the Matador Beetlejuice with Sandworm 2-pack. Super fun. It's from the last act of Beetlejuice, spoiler alert. And the great thing about the Sandworm is the Sandworm looks the same, so you can pose him with your Beetlejuice figures, you can pose him with your 89 Beetlejuice figures, or I'm sorry, 88, and super fun. There's articulation in the neck, the outer jaw, the inner jaw, and the tongue. So fun little articulated display piece there.
Which is your favorite?
Probably the Bob Shrinker. Or are you talking about movie?
No. I just in general, I can't help but remember last year when we talked and you told us about the Girls Infernal, Dante's Inferno room
yes.
coming out, and we all remembered the line from childhood that we cannot get out of our heads when he grabs his walls and says, "Nice fucking model."
Honk, honk. You have to do the honk, honk.
But I mean, I can't, like, you're talking and I'm like a professional journalist, so like I'm listening to you, but the whole time that's what I'm thinking. Honk, honk.
You have to. I mean, you're not a Beetlejuice fan if you don't think of that the second you think of that movie. How do we continue? We started on top.
Transition.
Yeah, right.
You gotta call
right.
It. On our show, we call the seamless transitions.
Okay.
That way no one knows.
Can we do like the Wayne's World, like? I have too much fun. I get paid for this, people. What are the newer reveals? So what am I talking about here? We have the classic movie monsters down here on the second to last shelf. We have them displayed and packaged because really, that's what makes them. If you are familiar with the company name I can't name, we recreated them. They were bendy figures back in the day. So we actually posed them out in their original bendy poses. We have the recreated artwork for the card back. They're on blister packaging. And obviously, instead of bendable, they are the articulated ultimate style action figure.
And now let me ask you this. You're saying that's a throwback to a company that you cannot mention. How is it navigating a property or an IP like that when you can't say certain things, but you can do certain things? So like take this line and these figures. What was a challenge that you had to navigate not being able to do this, but being able to get by doing that?
Well, the upside is they are universal licensed, so that's kind of your workaround is going with the licensor, making sure that they've got their bases covered, we've got our bases covered. I don't work in the legal department, so I don't have to worry about it.
Just make them.
But with certain things like packaging or, let's say, not even toy companies, let's say someone's wearing a very well-known shoe brand and we don't have that right.
Yeah.
Parody law is a wonderful thing, and if you brand something, a NECA shoe, then you can have fun. So we really enjoy finding fun, I guess, innovative ways to loop around and make it our own. You just have to tweak things.
As a creator, do you think that kind of workaround process is fun and challenging, or like a pain in the ass to have to do, or both?
I think sometimes, not so much pain in the ass. Sometimes it can be challenging because obviously we're fans. I'm a huge fan and a collector, and I know when someone gets a detail wrong, I'm the first one to sink my claws in. So it's a little bit challenging with the people who might not understand the why.
Okay.
But in doing it, I love it. I think it's a really fun challenge, and I think it's a great time to get creative. When we did the Ultimate Megan action figure, she comes with a nail gun, and it's very clearly the movie prop. They very clearly used a brand and tried to cover things up.
Sure.
And I was like, oh, let's make a NECA nail gun, and so it's really fun. And sometimes on the classic things will change. When we did original superheroes with like Flash Gordon and Phantom and everything, we changed our logo to look like a classic.
Right.
Yeah. It's fun to think of.
I like it.
Of different ways. I like it.
All right.
I think it's fun.
Well, what else do you have? Seamless transition.
Seamless transition. 10%. I'll take 10%. We have some new Ben Coopers. These have been revealed. We've got Garfield, Pee-wee, Alf, and Predator. That is wave, 8? I'm running out of memory here.
Insert wave name here
Yeah,
in
right.
editing. Seamless.
That I'm pretty sure is wave 8, and the only one in there that is a what if is the Predator. There was no Predator Ben Cooper, but the other ones are recreations. Pat myself on the back, toot my own horn for the Pee-wee. They have new style guide, but they didn't have any high-res style guide from like the Gary Panter days. I'm a huge Pee-wee fan, so I'm like,
we know.
Nate,
I know. I expect that one to be right.
Newsflash. So I was looking at the scans that they had, and there's like T-rings on it, which I love. I think it's super awesome, but they were not high-res, so I got to recreate like original 80s style guide Pee-wee. So that package is hand-drawn and recreated.
That's
and,
awesome.
Yeah, that's really fun. But and then your Wave 9 is your What If series. So they're ones that have never been created, obviously, because most of them are brand new horror IPs. But that, again, is super fun. One of our packaging designers, Chris Ramo, every time we do a What If, he kind of just gets to make these costumes up, and he's become kind of this resident Ben Cooper just from studying all the original costumes to recreate them for the other waves. So, yeah, it's just, again, going back with that, how do you recreate and work your way around? We own the Ben Cooper IP, so to be able to work with these licensors and recreate costumes in that 70s, 80s style, he does a fantastic job.
It's so cool. And that must
Yeah.
be so fun to reimagine and interpret, like you said, a more modern IP, but with a more classic, aesthetic.
Yes.
It's pretty cool, and everything translates really well. Like they look really awesome.
It does, yeah. The ridiculous colors, and sometimes licensors will chime in and have like a particular. Can you use this color, or can you use this? Like for Pennywise, for example, they were a little more specific just on the coloring of the suit and what type of art we could do. But then there are other ones where Chris can kind of just go balls to the wall and have fun and make them up, and they, as you said, they look seamless. You really can't tell what was an original Ben Cooper and what was like a made-up recreation. So, lots of fun.
And the play sets will be cool. Blaine told me that there's going to be a fly
huge
play set,
dioramas,
and you could put multiple figures in one side, and when you hit the button, it comes out all mixed-mashed figures like Chucky 2 style in the other pod, right?
We invented like all new science just for a toy, right? Because why not? But yeah, very fun. Love the Ben Cooper lines. They're going strong. We revealed Wave 10, which is the D&D, and then we have 2 other waves that we'll probably be revealing right after Comic-Con. So our Comic-Con is going to digitally, virtually continue after this weekend.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, what else we got?
New reveals. We got a black and white Vincent Price down there. So the colorized Vincent Price has been out. I love all the feedback that it's gotten. I love how popular it is. So the black and white one is going to feature basically all of the same things, but definitely those interchangeable neckties and interchangeable heads, because Vincent Price is too iconic throughout his life to only do kind of one era of Vincent Price. So happy to see that.
That must
continue.
also be cool as far as design, because I think you know that Aaron and I both worked in effects, practical effects and digital effects, but to figure out how to implement something like, okay, it's iconic and we need to change that scarf out, but how do you work that into the physical design of the figure, right? And I think you guys, like specifically NECA, and I'm not just shooting your horn, but I think you guys do a really good job of implementing those changes in a design so that you get the most bang for your buck in one ultimate figure,
Absolutely. It's, we are collectors, and I can't take credit for like inventing this, but that whole like interchangeable necktie. Honestly, I don't even know where I came up with it, but that was me. Like, if I was outside looking in and I wanted a Vincent Price action figure, what would I want it to do? And I would want all three eras. Well, how do you get that in one action figure?
Right.
So it is really fun to kind of sit at the round table and come up with that
So cool,
kind
man.
of stuff. Yeah, for sure. Thanks for tooting my own
Yeah.
my horn for
Well, I
me.
remember, I think it was like the first year we talked to you, you told us a Ghostface was coming out that was going to have interchangeable faces.
Faceplates, yeah.
And that was like, as a collector, I was like, oh, I don't have to change the heads. Like, it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense. That's a really good design aspect.
Yeah, one of our PD, our product development people, Stefan. Gosh, at this point, I don't even remember. It might have been Lily Munster, maybe Elvira, but he came up with the faceplate idea. And once he came up with that, oh no, it wasn't. I think it was Lily Munster, because then for Elvira, I was like, she's got such big hair. Again, as a collector, I don't want like my tote to be filled with like these,
Right.
big pieces of hair. And then he was like, oh, let's just switch it to the faceplate. And then, of course, like with Ghostface, it just makes so much sense. And I love all the accessories. But it's a little cumbersome to
Sure.
store them all.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
very nice. And I'm sure you've seen my Ghostface shelves on Instagram. I got like a
They
plastic.
are the thing of legend. They are the thing of legend.
I got one of those like plastic frames that you like put tent cards in, and I just like glued all the masks to them. It's you can have fun with it. So yeah, lots of fun.
You
what
guys
else?
have all the Terrifier line.
You think we have all of them displayed? We
But-
absolutely do not. Oh, yeah. So these we revealed them at Toy Fair back in whenever that was, and they were just Paint Masters then. But now we have pre-production samples of Art the Clown Ultimates and a bunch of the Toonies. The Ultimate, as you can see, we're doing clean and bloody versions, because if anyone has seen the Terrifier movies, you can't do a Terrifier figure without bloody versions. But the Ultimate, both Ultimates are from the first movie, and then we've got a mix in there of the Toonie Terrors. But we are doing Ultimates and Toonies of all three movies.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
wild. That's all. I love the Santa. Oh, Santa. Okay. All right. Oh, okay.
Oh.
I'm making guesses. I'm making guesses.
And then familiar face in a new way, Pennywise. This is his new expressions and hair as is going to be seen in Welcome to Derry, the HBO series that will start streaming, I believe, in October. So this is our first Ultimate Pennywise from the series, and we do have more to show. Probably New York Comic Con. If we can reveal them online earlier, we will, but there are a lot of things that are very hush-hush. And
Sure.
yeah, some things I didn't want spoiled just as a fan, but I'm like,
That was going to be
Whoa.
one of my questions. Was I feel like we're in an era now, an age where there's so much merchandising and so much commercialization of, let's say, a movie or a film, that we're seeing shit on toy shelves before we even see the movie. So we have no
Yeah.
context. Technically, it's a spoiler. As someone who works in that industry, the toy industry, but also as a fan of not only the toys but also the properties that we're watching, how do you feel about the way that's being handled?
that is a great question. I
Hard-hitting news here
yeah,
on the
right.
Launchpad podcast.
this just in. It's a double-edged sword, because there are things that you want to be surprised about, but it's the nature of the business, and you have to know these things, or the product's not going to come out until 5 years after
Right,
theatrical. But I kind of oversee a lot, so I get to know a lot. But we are really good, and Randy's really good about giving projects to people who are fans of the IP, but also holding back projects from there. We have one employee who did not want to be spoiled on a certain movie, and
That's
we
so
just
cool.
we just glazed right over him, not because he wasn't able to do the product, but out of respect. He didn't want to be spoiled, so
That's
he
awesome.
didn't get spoiled.
What a cool company if they take that into account.
Yeah, I'm very blessed.
That's
Very
super
blessed.
cool.
Yeah, for sure.
I really like on the Halloween, your guys are getting back into more of the Halloween movies.
Yes.
And like The fact that you have H2O, but Halloween Resurrection with this tripod, which is like a peeping Tom nod.
Yes.
And I don't know if the people who made the movie know that, but like that's one of the OG slasher killer implements is a tripod.
One of the first ones.
Yeah, one of the first ones. So I love seeing that. I hope it's intentional. I know it's part of the movie. When you're doing a Michael Myers, a lot of people are going to be like, oh, he's just the same mask every time. You have to look at this and study it. It is not.
It is not.
The costumes are different too.
Yeah.
The coveralls on every guy is different.
Yes, that's fun to do the research because, as a fan, I love the Halloween franchise, and I really do kind of just try to sit back and enjoy them because some of the masks,
So let's be fair. Some of the movies,
you know, I
I enjoy them all, but
I don't know what Paul Rudd's accent was, but I watch it anyway.
that's one of my favorite ones for that reason.
Barry rules.
You know, so I love the franchise, and I do sit back and just enjoy it and don't pay attention to those little details, which sounds strange because I'm super detail oriented. But that is fun. When we were getting back into the Michael Myers, I got to do the concepts for all three of these, and that was really fun to see the differences in the masks and also figure out. When it's Michael Myers, how do you do alternate expressions, right? It's the mask is the mask is the mask. So figuring out fun little nods, like in the H2O one, there's one blink and you miss it scene in the movie where he looks through a window of a door, and for some reason they CGI'd the mask, and it's a completely different mask from the rest of the movie. And I was like, oh, let's put the shitty CGI mask. So it's
That's
really
awesome.
fun. And then in the Curse of Michael Myers, in the is it producer's cut or director's cut, for some odd reason, there's like green blood at some point on his mask. Let's include that. So it's
Awesome.
really fun to do those deep dives and include those.
That's
those
the
little
Curse is the one that I'll be getting. That's my aside from the first one. That's my single Halloween movie that like.
Really?
I'm a big shitty movie fan, and like you can laugh all the way through that.
All
one.
the way
Whether you
through
know
it.
the franchise or not.
Yeah.
It's enjoyable because you're like, what the fuck is what the fuck is going on? So I love it.
I love them all. I love watch. I hate watch. I love to hate watch, and I hate to love watch. I watch all 11 every Halloween, and I've had to spread them into 2 days because it got too.
Two days.
Yeah, with
Wow.
19 and ends and
Yeah.
kills and ends, I was like, okay, I've got to spread it out.
Wow.
But yeah,
Exhausting.
every Halloween, every Halloween.
Oh my gosh. The werewolf's out. The moon is full.
Yeah. Oh gosh, we have
Talk
I'm
to
tons
us about
of.
the
where can
Howling.
we find that? I'm dying to find that one.
So this, I'm not sure if it's gone into retailers like Target, but you can get it on the NECAstore.com, and you can get it at any of your favorite online retailers that sell NECA. It is available and shipping
That's the one
now.
I'm looking for. That here.
It's
I'm trying
beautiful. I did
So
not have a
awesome.
hand in that, and to be honest, I didn't even flip the box under and look at the names. But the sculpt is so. I want to say it was Kyle. I'm not 100% sure, but the sculpts are beautiful. And even if you're not a fan of the Howling, it's just a beautiful wolf design to get. So if you're like a werewolf fan, the 3 different expressions are effing awesome.
It's one of my favorite designs overall. It's a little rabbit, like we all know. It's a little rabbit looking in the ears,
large- yeah.
but like it's unique.
Yes,
and I like
it
that.
stands
I
out.
like that it's so big. Like I think Dog Soldiers is the next evolution of that specific kind of, bipedal werewolf design. But I mean, as a figure, that looks bitchin'. As a
Yeah.
as a costume, it looked bitchin' too.
And you didn't
I mean,
really
I
get
want
to
on the
see
shelf.
it that much
Correct.
when you watch the movie.
Couple of
So
times.
I think that's my favorite. In general, I think that's my favorite about action figures, not even horror action figures. Sometimes you don't get to see the detail in the movie.
Sure.
So when you get to see it in figure, you're like, sometimes I just find myself staring at action figures.
Oh,
Wow.
That's why we put them up on the shelves.
Yeah.
Right? You're just
Yeah.
sitting there. And
Right?
just,
Yeah.
it just
But it makes
fills
me
you with
appreciate,
inspiration.
like you guys saying, you've worked in effects and stuff. It makes me appreciate just the suit building of things a lot of times. Like when we did American Werewolf in London, there were things that I noticed that I was like, now I watch the movie and I notice it. I'm like, oh, like how clever.
Do you feel any responsibility when you have, let's say something like the Howling? I know you didn't work on that one specific, but if you have a figure or a property that wasn't really shown from every angle, literally or metaphorically, in a movie or a film, whatever, and you guys have to fill in the gaps creatively, I think we have actually talked about this before, but can you talk about if you have a sense of responsibility or what you try to do to literally flesh in those areas that we have never seen before?
Yeah, it is very daunting. And sometimes I leave it up to the sculptors. Sometimes I leave it up to the product development people. Sometimes I draw it in during a concept. But it's daunting because we're all fans.
Right.
And
You don't
every
wanna screw
fan
it
has
up,
their
right?
own opinion.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've noticed in the 2020s, but opinions are
Oh, yeah.
pretty loud and...
I was going to say there's a couple ways to get those opinions
yeah,
out, too.
Yeah,
Nobody's shy about
we,
that.
They're well, they're only shy when there's a. I won't get into that.
Nice dodge.
But
dodge.
yeah. Yeah, we could get edited in the outtakes.
Tell me about Jason.
Yeah, and over to Jason Universe. Hey, that is so super exciting. To be able to get Jason back. Obviously, everyone's been begging for it for years and years and years. So, Jason Universe is this newer company. They're doing the Camp Crystal Lake TV series. They have rights to some of the Jasons that we've seen. There'll be new Jasons. So we're getting back to the Friday the 13th world. And the first one under the Jason Universe moniker is the Savini design from the video game, I believe, 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's just a really fun kind of... It's so simple in its coloring, but it really makes it pop with kind of that... What was it? I think he's like on fire inside.
Yeah.
So one of the expressions will actually have light up eyes. That's what we're aiming for. This is just a prototype,
Nice.
so nothing's final, but we're hoping for some light up eyes because if you've played the video game,
Damn.
yeah, super fun. So yeah, this is just the start. Like I said, we're getting back into Jason. We have a wonderful relationship with the Jason universe. So hopefully we get to develop against the new show, against some of the classic Voorhees that you know and love.
We have a couple that we haven't seen yet that we are waiting for.
I have a checklist.
Yeah.
I have a
'Cause
checklist.
I have them all. Part 8, I'm looking for that guitar.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed and all
I
that
will
stuff.
say that on my list, 3 have been checked off.
Oh,
So
okay.
I've said too much.
Well,
Transition.
before we get into Predator list, because I have a Predator list, if you have time, I don't want to take up your whole day, but you are not just a fan of toys and these movies specifically, but I know you know horror in general. I think Rumi agrees, but like we're in a pretty cool age of horror right now where there's a lot of it, and it's not just a lot. It's not just oversaturated. They're making some good shit.
Yeah.
How do you feel about horror where we stand right now, what's being made?
Oh, I have so many opinions. This could be an entire episode.
Do you want to come on for an entire episode?
I would absolutely
Okay.
come
We always
on
say
for an
that, but we
episode.
never do it. We're going to
I
do
would
it this time.
absolutely.
Okay.
I think that as a diehard fan of some of the classics, and even 90s slashers, let's go with that because
Sure.
now that's considered retro. So I'm a little torn because I want to see fresh stuff, but I also understand that there is an entire adult generation who was not alive
Right.
when some of these movies came out. So I kind of like that they're reintroducing, like, with legacy characters and doing, like, a soft reboot. If you've seen the new I Know What You Did Last Summer. I won't spoil anything, but it's a bit of like a soft reboot. There are some tropes that they follow very linearly. Did I make that?
Linearly.
Literally,
linear-
literally,
yeah,
literally.
In a straight line.
The rural drawer. So I'm a little torn because it's like, oh, this is a little redundant. I've seen this before, but then I stop and I think and I watch it a third time because I've seen it 3 times. Why am I a psycho? And I'm like, no, you know what? This whole new generation, I'm hearing these young kids like clapping and cheering and oh my god, and like so. Yeah, I'm all for it, and I think that, like you said, there's some incredible stuff, and I think they're being inventive. And honestly, if you don't like some of the remakes or scremakes or requels or complete new reboots, I think then you can just go back and watch the classics and be
Sure,
happy with
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm like you. I can watch a shitty horror movie and think it's the best thing in the world. So
And something that happened when I watched the most recent Spider-Man movie with all three actors.
Yeah.
I watched it at a drive-in, and when I think it was Andrew Garfield's character came out for the first time, the dude in the car in front of me went fucking crazy, and I was like, really, for Andrew Garfield? And then I was like, because I liked him, and I liked him way more than Tobey Maguire, but he was like lukewarm for me.
Yeah.
And I was like, but that's that dude's
That's-
Spider-Man.
that's his
And then I
Spider-Man.
thought about it, and I was like, even like fucking Phantom Menace, it's not mine, but that's somebody's Star Wars. And
Yeah.
I think that like put a spin on it for me where I'm like, we all love the same
Yes.
idea of stuff.
Yep.
If you love that one and I love this one and we don't like each other's things, like that's cool. But we still love Star Wars, Spider-Man, Jason,
Yeah.
you know, I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of cool to be inclusive with that, right?
And I think
100%.
horror actually is kind of the one fan base, or one of the few fan bases that are still a little less toxic.
Sure, yeah.
Where you can, like, everybody's got their favorite Dracula, and everybody respects the other's favorite
That's a
Dracula.
good point. Yeah, like superheroes are way more toxic. They can be way more toxic. Other movies can be. Yeah, that's true.
I have a
You know?
theory. It's because people who watch horror movies are more nihilistic. They're like, let's watch some people die.
Yeah.
You know, they don't care.
Exactly.
So
I'm into
Dracula, their Frankenstein, their werewolf. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna watch them kill some people. Whatever.
I heard just a few people back when Scream 5 and 6, were coming out. I heard people, oh God, they're gonna do a chrome mask before they knew that it was just like a little
right,
30-second. Oh, they're gonna do a chrome mask. That's not classic Ghostface. I'm like, why? We've done 6 of them. Like, have fun.
Whoa!
Tell us about it.
What's up, Bob?
Cowabunga, dude.
What's up, Bobby?
Anniversary. Thank you. Sorry, bud.
No, you're good. One of the creators of the 90s.
Yeah,
The
they're having a panel
1990.
today, right?
Yes.
That's cool.
That was awesome. we
Um,
get to crash his panel now.
Yeah, go for it. but yeah, I think everybody can have their version, and when you run out of versions, just make a new one. So
Yeah.
I know we said we were going to make an episode about this, and now we're just going
No, that's
on,
because
but
we know we
put a
have
pin in
way
that
more
one.
to do.
Yeah,
we
there-
know we have way more to talk. All right,
come for this
real quick for Predator,
yeah.
4-issue series called Predator Cold War. Dark Horse takes place in Siberia, in the snow. These green predator masks. It's an army of predators that crashes there. They're not hunting. They're just mad, and they just slaughter everybody. Please make those. Just make one.
I will add it to the 458-page list that everyone has submitted for.
Page 1, Blaine. It's so good. They have the best
Maybe I'll
combi
bump
sticks.
it up, but yeah,
man.
no, we've got a lot of Predator coming. Actually, little divulgence of information. So obviously, everyone knows that Disney acquired Fox some years ago, and there was kind of this. We had a great relationship with Fox, and we have a great relationship with Disney. But there was this transitional stage where they were making newer content, like with Prey and now Predator Badlands and Alien Romulus, and they wanted the new stuff, which who doesn't? But now that we are in a place where we're able to get the new stuff out, as you see with like Samurai Predator, we're able to go back to hunting grounds and do more classics. So we're getting a bit of a mix. Like with Alien Romulus, the XX-121 is technically in the movie as a dead Xeno, but that's the big chap, and we were able to go back and redo the big chap. So we're finding that niche where we can do a mix. So you will start seeing a little more classic Predator, maybe some Predator figures that no one has ever gotten or seen before. I want to keep my job, so I'm just going to keep my mouth shut now. But yeah, we hear fans, and sometimes it's us, sometimes it's not. Sometimes we just don't want to release something to piss you off because we do this on purpose.
Yeah, that's right. Movies do that too.
That's all we're thinking about.
You ever see that chrome Ghostface mask?
But no, we'll get some stuff
All
out
right.
there. What else we got? Oh, Munsters. Classic Munsters. This was a Comic-Con announcement, and I'm super excited for this. I would say I'm an Addams Family fan over a Munsters. However, when it comes to the classic series, I'm Munsters over Addams Family. This is such
Okay.
a feel-good series for me. I think I just have probably memories with watching it with parents or something.
That's fun.
But it's like Addams Family is its own thing, and I feel like the Munsters was just the Brady Bunch with horror makeup
Sure,
on.
yeah,
and,
yeah.
and I loved that about that because I feel like that's my personality, you know? I'm like this dark, demented horror person, but I also love Labubu, so what's wrong with me? So I love that we're getting into classic Munsters, and we showed off Ultimate Grandpa and Ultimate Herman. And of course, as with every Ultimate, you're getting alternate expressions, hands, fun one-off accessories like the Frankenstein toy that he gave to Eddie in one episode, but super fun, and I cannot wait for you guys to see.
I gotta say, it's
see the
accessible.
rest.
I have a 6-year-old son, and we like last month I don't know how it came up, but I explained it to him, and he's like, "Can I see it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we could watch that one." And he was like into it, and even though it was
It's
black,
so good.
even though it was black and white, it's paced differently, and he doesn't like the idea of a sitcom.
What
Especially
is
the
a
way that was
sitcom?
shot, right? It's
Yeah.
different now, and he's 6, so he doesn't even have a frame of reference, right? But it was pretty accessible for him, even though it's for sure dated. But it also is like really fun, and it's like you said. I think you can make so many parallels between that and the Addams Family, but there is a very big difference in
Yes.
structure and jokes and tone and everything like that. And this one is definitely like a family show.
Yep.
So go back in time and watch that, folks.
Do it. And I think that's all like the brand new reveals, but we did skip over a little character that I kind of like, and maybe we go back and
Yeah, as
and
long as you
talk
have time,
about-
let's do it.
I have time. We'll
Take
just
us,
we'll
take
just
us.
talk about this 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. But I think we got to know each other over a bit of a fan
we
favorite.
did skip over
we
that.
did. We
We
did.
made fun of his
So
chrome face,
I'll go,
that's it.
yes. So Ghostface Inferno here on the right. That's obviously available now. You guys have used it for giveaways in your panels, so thank you for
Tonight at 9.
for the easy plugs. So that's available now. And we had that New York Comic-Con exclusive where we redid the robe. It was longer. We did the
That's
faceplate.
the one I couldn't get. I'm still
Same.
mad
It
about
was
that.
out fast, and everyone's been asking about it, and they're saying we love the open robe, but we want a classic Ghostface. Ghostface is returning. Literally, it's called Ghostface Returns. So we're doing a brand new Ultimate. He's going to have the closed robe that you saw in the New York Comic-Con exclusive. He's going to have the classic white mask. We also, as you guys know, or if someone's watching for the first time, we don't have the Scream license. We have the Ghostface character from Fun World, the Halloween costume company that that produces them. So we only have the masks and the looks that go with that catalog, and it was really fun to look at the catalog and see that last year at Licensing Expo they announced that they had the scary movie faces. So we have the What's Up face now, which is super fun. And we can't do phones because that's a little too specific to a movie we might like. But I figured that was the perfect time. If you've seen a picture of me, I'm always doing like the hang 10. And it was like, oh, call me. So we did the little like call me hand, and we've got like the glitter mask or the rhinestone mask that you see in Halloween stores. They're doing all these different chromes. So really fun. And we have a brand new 8-inch retro. So if you're a fan of that scale, completely redone. Now that has the face plate technology, updated masks. We also updated the weapons. So the brand new sculpted knives and stuff that you're getting in the Ultimates, we upscaled and is now included in the 8-inch retro. And there are a couple more Ghostfaces that we did not show here. So if you're a fan of Ghostface, it's
We
going to be a really, really fun year.
Oh,
What?
that's
Give us?
awesome.
Can you give us a hint?
There's going to be more masks.
Okay. Ooh, you heard it here first, folks.
There might be a robe in a color that you've never seen or don't expect to see in a figure.
Guess. What do you think it's going to be?
Rainbow.
Oh, that's a good guess. I was
Is it
gonna
because
say,
I'm gay?
I was gonna say glitter.
You've designed multiple rainbow outfits, and they're like the amazing one you did for,
That's okay.
for Elvira.
I'm done here.
And you did the mask. You can't.
You can market that as ghost case.
I was just complaining that I can't get the rainbow mask.
This is like when Tenacious D had to kick out Kyle. I'm gonna have to kick you out.
All right, so your guess is rainbow robe.
Yeah.
Rainbow robe.
Matt?
I'm gonna guess white.
White. Okay.
Stark white.
Not bad.
I don't know how that'll go over in this world, but
Oh, yeah, I'm racist and you're homophobic.
Yeah, this just in, guys. They want white robes and
The best was we pegged you for being an
I
asshole,
do-
and then I did it too.
I do not condone white robes.
Oh, man.
Cool. This will be the last time we ever air. Thanks, Blaine.
Well, I can confirm here that I don't want to get canceled, so neither of
It's
those
neither of
robes will be making an appearance in a future Ghostface.
You heard it here first. We're not good at predicting or politically correctness. Oh, God.
Amazing.
You'll keep that in, right? We're not editing that.
I'm really happy that we're going out on a high note. I'm so happy about
Oh, man.
made my weekend.
We always love talking to you. It is definitely one of our highlights of the con. Blaine, if you could tell where we could follow NECA as well as where we can follow you personally, if you'd like.
Sure. It's NECA Official on Instagram, NECA Toys on Facebook. Of course, NECAonline.com or the NECAstore.com, where you can get most, if not all, of our fabulous action figures. And yeah, if you want to follow me, it's Blainer Things on social. But
It's worth it.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you like this stuff, it's worth following.
these guys.
And you know you guys can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at the Launchpad Pod and at our website, launchpadpod.com. That's like, we've been doing this like 12 years. That's the first time I ever said that all the way through. Are you impressed?
Yeah, you did a good job. I'm impressed.
I'm usually the handsome face that just talks about like the blah, blah. Oh, tell me about this action figure. Hey, tell me, you're an expert on toys. Rumi's like making sure that this podcast stays afloat.
When we do our episode, you're going to have to do that voice.
The
whole time. The whole time. Hey, yo, white robes.
This is my professional voice when we're out here. Guys, we are the Launchpad Podcast. We are here at Comic-Con 2025, rocking it at the NECA booth with our friend Blaine. Blaine, thanks so much, man. We appreciate
Always a pleasure. Absolutely.
Out.
Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.